Prepositions are the smallest part of English language, but probably the hardest ones to remember. For example, should I say my talent in cooking, my talent for cooking, my talent of cooking? Which one? What about regarding? Regarding to this problem, regarding of this problem? Or wait, isn't regarding itself a preposition? Shouldn't I say regarding this problem? Oh my gosh! Since prepositions are extremely difficult to memorize, I've gathered 5 groups of words with their prepositions. In each one, words are kind of similar. Therefore, you can see the similarities and the differences, which means you'll be able to memorize them quite easy and fast. As we move forward, they become more advanced and more academic. So if you want to utilize higher level words in your speaking and writing, just like natives, watch to the end. Group number 1. We have skill, at, or in something. And what are the other ways to talk about your skills? You can use the word ability, talent, and gift. After skill, we had at or in, but for ability, you should say my ability to do something. Notice the structure. Plus to plus a verb. And then we have talent and gift. For talent and gift, use the preposition for. For example, he admires her skill at writing because she has the ability to write whatever she thinks of as a poem. It's a talent for poetry. Notice the ing for writing. When there is no rule mentioned in the dictionary to put a verb instead of that something, you can use the verb plus ing instead of something. And what dictionary am I using? Mostly for these structures, I would prefer Lyman Dictionary, and we'll put the link in the description. Group number 2. We have related to something, means connected to something. We have with or in regard to something and regarding something. Got the difference? Regard to and regarding are the formal ways of saying about and are used especially at the start of a speech or a text to introduce the topic. Regarding something is a nice exception here. There is no preposition between regarding and something. And do you know why? Because regarding itself, grammatically speaking, is a preposition. You don't need to put a preposition between regarding and something. That would be wrong. Also, we have regardless. Regardless of something means without being affected by something or somebody. Examples? Their decisions are not related to ours, to our decisions. With regard to the recent news, we've congregated here today. We've gathered together here today. And instead of that, with regard to or in regard to, in addition, you can write regarding. Regarding the recent news, we've congregated here today. This material is bad for your health, regardless of your age or gender. Did you notice my approach to making the sample sentences? I'm using these structures sometimes in a story or related together, like what I did for the first group, and sometimes different sentences, different scenarios for each one, like in this group. There is no difference. The final point is you need to make sensible sentences, preferably about yourself, to learn them, to feel comfortable with using them together, the word plus its preposition. Group number 3. Deceive somebody into doing something. And other ways to express this word with the similar meanings all have the same structure. Somebody into doing something. Isn't it surprisingly simple to memorize? Trick somebody into doing something, fool somebody into doing something, mislead somebody into doing something, and manipulate somebody into doing something. These are all nicer forms of saying deceive with some small details. For instance, manipulate means to tell a lie to a person, not just to make them believe something that is not true, but also to take advantage of them. Let's see the example. The criminal was trying to deceive us into buying his stuff. Some people even said he had manipulated one of the neighbors into becoming his partner. I think his final goal was to trick others into using his fake products and giving him their money. I'm using a bunch of these verbs with their structures in one scenario, in one story, because I'm trying my best to speak or write with them and get used to them, right? So that sample scenario doesn't look like a normal one, but for me, in this step, it's okay. Number 4, discrimination against somebody, and the opposite is in favor of somebody. When somebody doesn't behave fairly towards you or dislikes you without any logical reason. Other ways of saying that: prejudice against somebody, the opposite, prejudice in favor of somebody. And bias against somebody, the opposite, bias towards somebody. So bias becomes a little bit of an exception. Instead of in favor of, preferably say towards, and the adjectives for these two last nouns. A person who has prejudice is a prejudiced person, so prejudiced against or in favor of somebody. And the person who has bias is a biased one, and be biased against or towards somebody. For instance, the company was prejudiced against young women. I understood there was a hidden discrimination in favor of men who can work for them without having maternity leave. This is the time when a pregnant woman is not working, is absent because of giving birth to her child. This bias against younger ladies shows they don't value our talent or efficiency. And now, number 5, when you want to express that somebody is guilty of a crime, you have many nice academic options to say that. Charge somebody with something, prosecute somebody for something, fine somebody for something, punish somebody for something, penalize somebody for something, accuse somebody of something, convict somebody of something. In all of these cases, something is the crime, and instead of something, you can say doing something. You can put the verb plus ing. Examples. Can he be charged with spreading false information? He is prosecuted for shoplifting, or he's fined for shoplifting, and they are punished for or penalized for identity theft. When somebody pretends that they are another person. He is accused of or convicted of lying to her customers. What's more, for punishment, we can use these coming verbs, but something is not the crime anymore. You can say evict somebody from something and expel somebody from something. These two somethings are the places, not the crimes. And the last verb, to sentence somebody to something. And this something, again, is the punishment. Let's see their meanings in the examples. He didn't pay the rent, so was evicted from his house. she might be expelled from high school due to being late all the time. Due to means because. The court says he will be sentenced to 2 years in prison. We are done. The PDF for all these words with their prepositions and examples is available in the description. And now it's your turn to put time into practicing these structures until you see that they are fixed in your mind and your brain doesn't struggle to remember what the preposition was. If this video was helpful, go and watch this one too. There are other 5 groups of words with their prepositions in it. And if you like this video, please show me your likes by actually liking the video and tell me your opinions as well. I'll promise to consider them in the next videos. Take care and bye!